Welcome to Movies Philosophy, where we explore the deeper meanings, hidden messages, and emotional connections in the films we love. In every great action film, beneath the stunts and explosions, there's a story about humanity, about our values, our struggles, and how we define ourselves. Here's an in-depth breakdown of Spider-Man: No Way Home, 2021, with the best scenes, interesting and unknown facts, and a detailed analysis of the movie's reception. Best scenes: the return of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, the Spider-Man team-up. One of the most celebrated moments in No Way Home is when Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, who played Spider-Man in previous iterations, return to their roles, as they are brought into the MCU from their respective universes. The moment when the three Spider-Men finally meet is filled with humor, nostalgia, and emotional depth. Their interactions, bonding over shared experiences, and teaming up to fight the multiversal villains is a thrilling, crowd-pleasing moment that fans had long anticipated. Aunt May's death, the death of Aunt May, Marissa Tomei, is one of the film's most heartbreaking moments. After a battle with the Green Goblin, she delivers the famous line, "With great power, there must also come great responsibility," echoing the wisdom often attributed to Uncle Ben in previous Spider-Man films. This emotional loss shapes Peter's arc for the rest of the movie, adding a tragic layer to his journey. The final fight with Green Goblin, the climactic battle between Tom Holland's Spider-Man and Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin, is one of the most intense scenes in the film. Peter's rage over Aunt May's death leads him to nearly kill the Goblin in a brutal hand-to-hand fight, but he's ultimately stopped by Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, who steps in to remind Peter of the consequences of revenge. This moment solidifies the moral themes of the film and brings Peter's arc full circle. Peter's sacrifice: everyone forgets Peter Parker. In the film's emotional conclusion, Peter asks Dr. Strange to cast a spell that makes everyone forget who Peter Parker is in order to save the multiverse from collapsing. This ultimate sacrifice leaves Peter alone, without his friends or anyone who knows his identity, emphasizing the loneliness and responsibility that come with being Spider-Man. It's a poignant and bittersweet ending that resets Peter's place in the MCU. Interesting and unknown facts: Andrew Garfield lied to everyone. To preserve the surprise of his return, Andrew Garfield repeatedly denied any involvement in No Way Home in interviews and public appearances. His commitment to keeping the secret made his eventual appearance all the more exciting for fans, many of whom had speculated about the possibility despite his denials. Willem Dafoe did his own stunts. Despite being in his mid-60s, Willem Dafoe insisted on performing most of his own stunts as Green Goblin. He felt it was important to embody the character fully and bring the same physicality that he did in Spider-Man 2002, which helped make his performance one of the most memorable in the film. The film nearly didn't happen. The collaboration between Sony and Marvel Studios to allow Spider-Man to appear in the MCU had a rocky history, with negotiations breaking down at one point. It wasn't until Tom Holland personally intervened, calling executives at both studios to encourage them to come to an agreement, that No Way Home became possible. Charlie Cox's Daredevil cameo: one of the film's surprise cameos was the appearance of Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock, Daredevil, from the Netflix series Daredevil. His brief scene as Peter's lawyer established that the Netflix Marvel characters could now appear in the MCU, exciting fans who had long hoped for the crossover. The multiverse was almost different. While the inclusion of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was a fan dream, early drafts of the script considered using alternate versions of Spider-Man played by entirely different actors. However, the filmmakers decided to bring back Maguire and Garfield to appeal to nostalgia and create a more emotionally resonant story. The villains were upgraded. Many of the villains, such as Electro, Jamie Foxx, received updates to their characters and designs. Fox's Electro, for example, no longer appeared as a glowing blue figure, as seen in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and had a more comic-accurate look with a yellow and green energy aura, something the actor himself appreciated. Movie reception and in-depth analysis. Box office success. Spider-Man: No Way Home became a box office phenomenon, grossing $1.92 billion worldwide. It was the highest-grossing film of 2021 and one of the top-grossing films of all time, despite being released during the COVID-19 pandemic. Its massive success was driven by the nostalgic return of past Spider-Man actors, its multiverse storyline, and the character's widespread popularity across generations. Critical reception. The film received overwhelmingly positive reviews from both critics and fans. It holds a 93% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes, with the consensus stating, "A bigger, bolder Spider-Man sequel." No Way Home expands the franchise's scope and stakes without losing sight of its humor and heart. Critics praised the performances, particularly from Tom Holland, Willem Dafoe, and the returning Spider-Man. The emotional weight of the story, combined with its fan service moments, was lauded as one of the best MCU films. Awards and nominations. The film received several award nominations, including Best Visual Effects at the Academy Awards. It also won various fan-voted awards, such as the People's Choice Award for Favorite Movie of the Year. Fans and critics alike praised the film for its innovative use of the multiverse and its ability to balance action with heartfelt character moments. Themes and analysis. Responsibility and sacrifice. A core theme throughout the Spider-Man films is the idea of responsibility, and No Way Home takes this to new heights. Peter's decision to sacrifice his relationships with MJ, Zendaya, and Ned, Jacob Batalon, to protect the world highlights the heavy burden of being Spider-Man. He learns that being a hero often means making the hardest personal sacrifices, even if it leaves him isolated. The film reinforces that being Spider-Man isn't about the fame or recognition, but about doing what's right, no matter the cost. Redemption and second chances. Many of the villains in No Way Home are given a chance at redemption, reflecting the idea that everyone deserves a second chance. Dr. Octopus, Alfred Molina, Green Goblin, Willem Dafoe, and Electro, Jamie Foxx, are all haunted by their past actions but are ultimately given opportunities to change. Peter's refusal to kill the villains and his determination to save them underscores the message that even the most lost souls can be redeemed with compassion. Nostalgia and legacy. No Way Home taps deeply into nostalgia by bringing back characters from previous Spider-Man franchises. But instead of relying solely on fan service, it uses these characters to explore themes of legacy. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is portrayed as a wise, older mentor figure, while Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is given emotional closure after the death of Gwen Stacy in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Their inclusion helps reinforce the idea that Peter Parker is a universal character, and each version of Spider-Man has faced similar challenges and losses. The multiverse as a narrative tool. The use of the multiverse allows No Way Home to break the boundaries of traditional superhero storytelling. By introducing alternate versions of characters, the film explores how different choices and circumstances shape individuals. This storytelling device also opens the door for future Marvel projects to continue playing with alternate realities, as seen in upcoming MCU films and series like Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Character growth for Peter Parker. Tom Holland's Peter Parker goes through immense character growth in No Way Home. While earlier films focused on his naivety and desire to balance being a teenager and a superhero, this film forces him to confront the consequences of his actions on a grand scale. The loss of Aunt May, his ultimate sacrifice, and his decision to go it alone make him a more mature, self-aware hero by the film's end, effectively transitioning him into the next phase of his life as Spider-Man. In summary, Spider-Man: No Way Home is a monumental achievement in superhero filmmaking. With its emotional weight, thrilling action, and nostalgic returns, it delivers a deeply satisfying experience for fans of all three Spider-Man franchises. Its bold storytelling choices, combined with strong performances and multiverse elements, make it one of the most successful and beloved films in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.